The Bench Racing Podcast is the ultimate ride where the rubber meets the road and the sparks fly wide. From wrecks and wins to what's going online, we cover it all every moment in time. Fights in the pits or a hero's last stand. If it happened at the track, you'll hear it firsthand. Tune in and buckle up tight, cause the Bench Racing Podcast is your fun night.
Thank you for tuning into the Bench Racing Podcast, presented by the part-timer Beth Straczynski, the full-timer Michael Olson, and myself, Derek Crane, where the talk is fast, the drama is real, and it's all about the local race scene. Proudly sponsored by North Central Emergency Services, DirtX Industries, and Sprecher Brewery. So start your engine, boys and girls, because it is showtime. We have an action-packed episode for you with Wilmot classes in 3 words, our mid-season review for the Wingless and 604 class, because they are halfway, which still sounds wrong that we're only in the beginning of July and we're talking about series already halfway through. We're going to be making our bets on the Wisconsin Wingless both nights at Wilmot Raceway for the World of Outlaws show, and then we're going to play a new game, plus minus, so we'll see if that sticks or doesn't. Just like a slide job, you just throw it in there and hope it sticks the first time. So we're going to get the show started with Michael. How was your 4th of July weekend?
It was fun. Friday we got a little out of pocket, you might say. If any of the listeners see Garrett at the racetrack this weekend for the Outlaws, ask him to see his super glue Rocky Mountains on his head. That was
okay. I'm gonna have to ask him.
Needless to say, if you're playing beer darts and you ask somebody to toss you a beer from the cooler, just make sure you watch when the beer is being tossed at you. That's the basis of it. And then everybody decided they wanted to play nurse and doctor, and turns out people drinking probably should not play nurse and doctor because you end up with the Rocky Mountain super glue on your head.
At least those fingers were glued to his forehead.
Yeah, right. But no, it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. Then the rest of the weekend kind of just hung out inside. It was hot again this weekend, and I'm a big dude. I don't like being out in the heat.
Yeah, it sucks. I wish Wisconsin had a little bit more spring and fall time. I always feel like it's always like 50, 60, and then out of nowhere it just goes to 80 for like maybe a couple days, and then goes to the heat index of 100. It sucks.
Oh, except this year we went from high 60s, low 70s to 100.
Yeah, and
for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, and the stupid lake adding humidity to the whole thing. Oh, stupid Michigan. Glad it's not our lake. Beth, how was your weekend? 4th of July weekend.
Well, my weekend was interesting. We went down to Putnamville.
For the Bill Gardner Sprintacular.
Yes, so we raced with USAC. We are just having so many issues. I am done with the season already.
No, you can't be.
Watch me.
Okay.
I've been saying to TJ, I'm like, I just want to junk the car at this point. I'm so done. But then you have to put together a new one, and then it's worse.
It was a new car at Putnamville? No? Oh, okay. Okay.
I wish it was. We had to take the motor out. Well, open the motor up at Putnamville. So that was fun. But we figured it out, and now I think we're gonna be good now. I hope. Yeah,
I mean that's what next week is always for, right? Hopefully next week we're good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up Lincoln Park because I don't
have any results for my race pass on it.
What? Oh yeah, it's USAC.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's USAC. But it was a Sprintacular.
Yep.
Well, I know my boy here, Trace Mailer, put a whooping on them in the...
Oh, he was really far. He was gone. That was really fun.
Yeah. Trace Mailer. Yep. No 410s or anything on my race pass. That's stupid. How many cars showed up? Do you remember?
There was like 47, But I will say one thing about Chase Melee. I think the reason he won is because he grabbed Tom's titties for good luck before he went out. So,
That's all it takes.
yeah.
I mean, half the time I'm pitted next to him. I will have to go over there and.
I'm gonna tell CJ to run down there before every heat race dash redraw or
Yeah, just the
invert
dash redraw. Yeah, just the redraw. That's all he needs it
A
for.
line.
I got dash on my mind because we got Outlaws this weekend.
Oh, yeah. So are you doing double? Or no, wait, not double. The Wing 604s aren't running. So you're running the 410, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. Okay, I got my pick. My home hero. If
Wait.
Travis Aarons can do it, CJ can do it.
Well,
We'd be happy with just making the show both nights. That's the ultimate goal.
I think
Last year you missed it by 1, right, or 2?
Yeah. Last year we put on a show in the B main, and actually, so we went to the Knoxville Nationals later that year, and we were walking through, and we know Brian Kemanaugh really well, which is Christopher Bell's father-in-law, and he kind of helps a lot with our racing over the phone. The 410 side, even the 604 side, if we have questions, we reach out to him. But CJ was walking through with Brian, and they walked past one of the World of Outlaws officials and one of the scoring gals. And Brian was like, yeah, this guy ran with the Outlaws up at Wilmot. And they're like, oh, who are you? He's like, oh, I'm CJ Malik. Blah, blah. Like, oh, we were cheering so hard for you to come to that checkered flag.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, he put on a show. He got into 5th, and I mean, he was a straightaway behind Maddie, and he ran him down, and I think Maddie beat him for 4th by like 8 1,000ths or something like that.
Oh, one more lap, one more corner almost.
Yeah, one more corner, honestly.
Oof. All right, sorry to cut you off, Beth. What were you gonna say? As you take a bite of food.
Whoops. I don't think I should say anything about it. I think I'm gonna stay silent.
Plead the 5th. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, because editing is fun, especially when I forget what time mark it was at. Okay, cool. My weekend was great. I got sick. Let's go. Went to bed Friday night, not feeling so great. Woke up Saturday feeling not great. And today is actually the first day where I don't sound like I'm sick, and I can actually talk and I don't cough. So I'm really happy. Downside to that is Landon got it, so he's not feeling so well. And a crying baby is fun. Lots of fun. Highly recommend having a crying baby all the time, and see how sane you can stay. But no, he's a good boy. I got the monitor here. He's actually sleeping right now, so that's good. That's good. All righty. So we're gonna go into our first topic here, start fluid conversation. The Wilmot classes in 3 words. However you want to describe it, how you feel it generally describes a class. We'll just say our 3 words. So let's start off with the Wingless, and we'll start off with Beth. What are your 3 words to describe the Wingless?
Can someone else go first?
Okay, Michael, go.
Okay. I have one-man band.
Ooh, one-man band.
I love Adam Taylor. Never talked to the dude. He might be my hero. I love that guy.
He is like Kyle Larson or Jeff Gordon, like someone you put up on a pedestal, and then you see him and you're like, you are way shorter than I am. He's a short little guy.
Oh yeah,
man, he is fast. Okay, that's
He's that
really
short.
good. I mean, he's
he's
got to
be.
look up his stats. He's like
can't be nothing more than 5'7", maybe.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
he was tall, I thought.
Well, you're 5
Well,
foot, so that's still
yeah.
7 inches. So yeah, you're fine.
You're also
he's
only
tall- he's tall.
14,
Yeah,
so you kind of look up to everybody.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, I think some people look up to me. I'm pretty awesome.
Colin Sivia, he looks up to her.
Yeah, he's only
Not in a year though.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna be hitting his growth spurt here. I got for the Wingless the meat grinder,
Oh.
because man, you watch that mid pack on the start, and it is the meat grinder. People dip diving, dodging. Yeah, the 5Ds in dodgeball. Exactly. Not going to say it's a miracle we haven't had more crashes, but because there's really solid drivers, there's a lot of solid drivers in the mid pack. But sitting and watching it, whew, I'm like, whew, glad I'm not out there right now. Beth, what do you have for your 3 words for the wingless?
It sounds so stupid, but elbows all up.
Elbows?
Man.
Okay. Up on the infield tires, up on the curb, elbows up driving.
Anywhere where you want to put them.
Okay. Anywhere? Okay. I mean, I prefer leaning on 8 tires instead of 4, but you know, it is what it is.
Speaking from experience?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, no, elbows up. Okay, that's a really good one. All right, we'll go to Michael for the winged 604s.
Okay, I'm glad we did this one before a different one. I have too much drama.
Too much drama. Ooh.
And it's everything. The rules changes, and this person doesn't like this person anymore, which means that person doesn't like this person, so automatically that person doesn't like this person. And then you got the situation that happened last time we raced, and it seems like every week there you find something posted on Facebook, and
Hold
too
on.
much drama.
Okay, that really bothered me. Okay.
Why? Do you think the wingless have more drama?
Well, last year they had way more drama, and Michael, were you talking about a certain man's post on Facebook?
Probably.
Which week? There's something posted by somebody every week.
Were you talking Greg Olson's post?
I mean, we already uncovered all that last weekend.
Okay.
Last week.
Yeah, you weren't on here. That's right. You see what you
I was hoping.
I know.
Call on the track.
I know.
Oh,
So I actually spaced out there because I kept calling Autumn Beth. So yeah, Beth, you weren't here. So we covered that in last week's episode.
Yeah. That's actually the one episode that I actually would have liked to have been on because I have a lot of input.
Yeah. I mean, you had some good screenshots. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Beth, what is your 3 words for the winged 604?
Needs to watch. I think it's
needs to watch.
Need to watch.
Oh, need to watch. Okay.
Yeah. There's always something going on out there. So
yeah. Especially within the last few weeks, there's a lot to watch. Making up for it from last year. My winged 604 is more different winners. They got 6 races and 4 winners. And that is more than I was expecting in this short period of time. Or sorry, 5 features. 5 features.
Honestly, me too.
Yeah. If Olsen didn't come out swinging like he did that first night or second night or whatever, we would have had 5 different winners. So yeah, more different winners than expected. I'll go first for this next one. Lightning sprints. I got pretty solid group. Whether that's on track, personalities in the pits, like everyone is pretty solid. Which I should have used that one, pretty solid, but I forgot. But yeah, pretty solid group. They're always at the top too. It was scrolled too far. With 4 features, you got Mark Heinert winning, Tucker Richards picking up his first, and then Brian Strain Jr. with 2. But I mean, those are the ones that won. You got Chad Stouthammer, who won at a traveling track. Nick Petska, Jordan Funderburk, the Branhams, Colin Sivia, Derek Fortier, and we're already outside the top 10 in points. So they got a really solid group. So that's my 3 words. Michael, what are your 3 words for the lightning sprints?
I'm so confused.
You're so confused?
I'm so confused.
Oh, okay.
Like Nick Petska, where'd you go? Like, I picked you for so many things in the predictions. You're letting me down. And then like Tucker Richards, you blew up, the new good motors that you can run. And all of a sudden, I think you might even be faster now. Yeah, you didn't win like I said you were going to, but I think you got faster. And then like you got Stouthamer, who second year in a car, and he's
Coolest 15-year-old
right
ever.
there. Like,
coolest kid ever, coolest teenager ever, and he's only 2 points behind
right,
Mark
like,
Heinart. Like,
Oh.
and then Brian Strain, like, why aren't you a member? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
yeah, that's a really good 3 words. Beth, what are your 3 words for the lightning sprints?
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader. Okay. Do you feel that they're more follow the leader than the Wing 604s?
Is that possible? Sorry.
Ask
Okay.
Jimmy Scanlon and BK and Nathan and CJ. Yeah,
At least when the track slicks off, we can run multiple lines.
Oh. All right. So
Facts
okay.
are facts.
All right. So I'm doing this live, obviously. Looking at my stat sheet right now. So your top 3 hard chargers in the Wing 604s for 4 races. CJ Milleague with 13, Ellie Hensley with 12, and BK with 11. And BK missed a race. Lightning sprints with 3 events. We have 4 events. Sorry. Chris Quillman with 12, Brian Strain Jr. with 11, and Tucker Richards with 8. So suck on that, Beth. They're more follow leader than the Wing 604, not the other way around.
Well, I mean, if you want to compare it to last year.
Oh, okay.
This year it's not as bad. This year it's not as bad.
Yeah, I mean, the lightning sprints, though, to remember, if you talk to some of the drivers, some of their fast times or some of their heat race times, 1 lap times are faster than the World of Outlaw fast time, because they always get, like, that's the hard part with the lightning sprints, is really how fast they are, because they always get the snot for qualifying. So it's kind of hard to get their 1 lap pace. All right, we'll go back over to Beth for the modifieds. What are your 3 words for the modifieds?
A wreck fest.
A wreck fest.
Ooh, I want to go next.
I almost have to agree with you, because the ones that I've actually sat and watched, to my recollection, because they've only had a few features, they've only had 4, but I'm pretty sure only one of them I can remember was really good, and that's when it was Huenfeld and Mueller going at it. Michael, what's your 3 words for the modifieds?
So I had to make up a word to be able to fit mine into 3 for this one. So I made up the word putcha, okay.
Putcha,
And it's put your hammers down.
Put your hands down.
Because I think that they are way better than they were in years past.
Yes.
I think we've weeded out, I've said this before, I think we've weeded out some of the ones that were troublemakers. As far as crashing, not anything political about it, just as far as strictly as crashing. I think we weeded out some of them, and I think as a whole, this year has been much better than the last 2, 3, 4 years. Select nights not included, but as a whole, I think they can put their hammers down, because they ain't got to use them every week now.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you, because I feel like I feel like the not wrecks, but the crashes, I would say, I feel, are still like the same frequency, but they're not a 180 spin and just sit there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, Joel Siegert Sr. flipping on the cushion, like
gnarly.
Like, that one needs to be a red, that needs to be a yellow, obviously. So I feel like the unnecessarily yellows, or I call it the miracle flag in the modifieds, they throw the yellow and, oh wow, the car starts moving, huh?
Mm-hmm.
For mine, it's hit or miss. I feel like they're either a banger of a feature, or it's, yep, 20 laps of this. Still, when it's a banger, it's amazing. And I guess it's more towards the July 1st one where, yeah, Senior flipped. But other than that, it just kind of, once Crowbridge and Mueller got to the front, they just checked out. And it was,
Right.
yeah. Michael, street stocks.
I have It's Getting Spicy.
Oh, you're
You
along
got-
those same lines as me. Okay.
Yeah, got a little bit of fireworks on the track. We got a 2-point deficit or gap for the points lead between arguably the two fastest cars in the class, and who already have a little bit of drama this year already, and I think it's going to get real interesting to finish the year out.
Yeah, and 2 points between Murtis and Gehrig, but only 7 points behind Murtis is Mark Baker. So potentially, if they kind of get too focused on themselves, Mark Baker could actually sneak by and win another championship.
Oh yeah.
I'll go next because mine was really close to Michael's. Mine is controversy rules. Yeah. It's because I don't race a street stock, obviously, but that's not what street stock racing should be. But if you have fenders, lay on them a little bit. It's great racing. I know it tears equipment up or whatever. But yeah, it's just great to watch. And they did it on 2 nights ago. So all year we are all watching Murtis and Gehrig when they get close to each other, because we're like, it's gonna get really, really good. So
yep.
They are entertainers. Beth, street stocks.
I love drama.
Yes, we swept it.
It's just
From
fun watching all the drama unfold.
Yeah. Oh, I love when they get next to each other under yellow and they door bang. It's
Oh, it's
so
great.
cool, so good. Oh, especially when it's down the back chute when you're right through it. Yeah. All right, and then we'll wrap this off with the Bandits. I'll go first here. Bandits, slow but exciting.
I agree.
Yep. The points gap is a little bit bigger than I would have thought, with 23 between McKellips and Chasen, but they've ran 4 races. They got 3 different winners. Cruiser, the old man, picked up his first. He was like, I'm not done yet. Picks up another one. You got, obviously Hot Wheels Dave, Kevin B. Chasen. I'm actually hashtagging that. Kevin B. His middle initials B now. The Jessica McKellips is actually pretty fast. I feel like she's the leader of that the second pack behind the top 5-6 cars that usually break away. Or Tiny Horse, Patrick Riley. It's just a lot of great cars. So once you get past that, they're not going 150 miles an hour in the corner. Really exciting. Michael for the Bandits. Yeah, you're going last, Beth. We know where the spice is going to be.
So I said too much drama for the Wing 604s, and in the Bandits I say not enough drama.
Oh,
Everybody's too friendly. There's no butting head. Other than there's a couple of cars in the back that you can guarantee at least 3 times in a feature you're going to see them run into each other, just because I think they think it's fun.
Their foot slips.
But the guys up front, they're just all friends, and somebody do something wild.
Yeah, I mean, your 2 super teams, you could say, is McKellips Racing and Tiny Horse Racing, because they both bring 3 cars each.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's half of your top 10 right there. They're all in the same team.
McKellips brings 5.
Oh, 5? Okay.
Yeah, you got Wilms, both McKellips, Kevin Chasen, and then
Chasen.
Walton.
Oh, I didn't know Walton and Chasen were part of Hot Wheels Racing.
Yeah, I knew Chasen was before this year, but
Okay.
the Walton one I recently was added to their Facebook page, and I discovered that.
Oh, okay. So, looking at the overview of the Bandits and the Wing 604s here, I'm just going to put a theory out why the Bandits don't have enough drama and the Wing 604s have a lot of too much drama. So this is hometowns from the Bandits. Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin, Racine, Wisconsin, Union Grove, Wisconsin, Oak Creek, Wisconsin, Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin, Burlington, Wisconsin, Kenosha, Wisconsin, Salem, Wisconsin, and Wheatland, Wisconsin. Yeah, so they're just bumping into each other and going, "Oh, sorry there, bud," and moving on, and they don't take it personally. Now we go to the Wing.
Please tell me you're going to reference all the Illinois drivers.
I am.
Oh, I love it.
All the fibs.
I love it.
But now we go into the Wing 604s where there's too much drama. You got so it says Johnsburg, but he doesn't live in Johnsburg anymore.
He
right?
lives in Genoa City now, but he's still a fib. He still does very fibbish type stuff.
Yeah, he does. He is like the most Wisconsin fib I've ever met. Like, he is so polite still. So we have Johnsburg, Illinois, Bristol, Wisconsin, Waukegan, Illinois, even though he lives in Kenosha, Wisconsin, Trevor, Wisconsin, Hebron, Illinois, Salem Lakes, Wisconsin, Round Lake Heights, Illinois, Kenosha, Wisconsin, Trevor, Wisconsin, Zion, Illinois. Those are your top 10s. So it's a clash, I think, at the borders, why there's too much drama and not enough drama. Oh, man. Oh, that was great. I was just looking at that, and I'm like, wow, there's not one fib in the top 10 in the Bandits. You're doing it right, Bandit guys. You teach us at whole. Wow. Okay, so your top fib in the Bandits is 24th in the Bandits.
Oh, wow.
Makes sense.
The bottom 3 are all fibs. You keep them down there, Bandits. All right, and now to really spice things up here, Beth, what are your 3 words for the Bandits?
I love highways.
You love highways. Elaborate.
They go highway, like the speeds you go on highways is how fast they race. So that's the correlation right there.
I got bad news for you. I think if you knew the speeds of all the different cars racing Wilmot, you'd probably be pretty astonished at how many are only going highway speed.
That is a good game. I gotta come up with that. I gotta get someone to help me find like a radar gun so I can just point it at turn 1 in qualifying and be like marking times down and then just be like,
I'm sure a cop will have one.
Yeah. Well, he's left.
Bring it back.
No, stop that. No.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah. Highway speeds. What about the street stocks?
Highway speed.
Yeah.
But you should
on a dry slick feature, dry slick
But
racetrack,
so much
sprint
drama.
cars, highway speed, winged and wingless.
Okay, Bandits, did you hear that? She said it's okay because street stocks have drama. So if you have more drama, you'll bring more people in.
I don't know. Well,
Right?
it's funny. I got some Hot Wheels from Hot Wheels Dave, so that was fun. So
Is he your new favorite driver?
I don't know, Jennifer Rooney.
Jennifer Rooney? Wow.
It's funny because every time I'm in line to get my pit passes, her and Tiny Horse, like, look away from her! Look away from her!
Yep. She hates us. She hates us.
No.
Oh, man. All right. Well, those were our 3 words for each classes. Comment below where you're listening to. Let us know what your 3 words to sum up each class is. It's always fun. We're going to take an ad break, but on the other side, we're going to be talking mid-season review for the Wingless and 604s. What up, Crane Gang? Just wanted to tell you a little bit about our partner, DirtX Industries. So we've teamed up with DirtX Industries for the upcoming season, and we can't wait to run their products. The best part is that all my loyal fans and followers can help our team by visiting www.dirtxind.us and subscribe, also giving you a chance to win great prizes as well.
receiving discounts on parts and merchandise for only $5 or $10 a month, depending on which subscription you get. There are thousands of dollars in prizes monthly that anyone can win. So help our team and subscribe today. By the way, when you subscribe, type DCR in the coupon box, and this will assist our team and increase sponsorship throughout the year. So any help is greatly appreciated. The more subscriptions we get can generate help for our team up and down the road on a weekly basis. Anyone can subscribe with no limit on subscriptions, and they are starting the US subscriptions here in June. So right now is the best time to subscribe to Dirt X Industries. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to the Bench Racing Podcast. Now we are talking mid-season review for the Wingless and 604s at Wilmot Raceway. And also just a refresher on the predictions that we had at the beginning of the year. Some of these aged really well. Some of these did not age really well. So we'll go in order here. So most fast times, there's only 2 drivers said, Andrews and Cuxhouse. I had Andrews, Beth had Andrews, and Michael and Brad had Tyler Cuxhouse. Currently, Bryce is tied with Tim Cox for the most fast times this year with 2, and Tyler has none yet. Okay. Most heat race wins, I went with Cuxhouse, Michael went with Fall, and Beth went with DC.
Shame on you.
Well, I couldn't tell you in the moment.
You should have. I changed my prediction.
And right now, Alan Hafford is leading with 3, but there are a bunch of drivers with 2. We got Tyler Cuxhouse, Adam Taylor, Rusty Egan, and Chris Klemko. So Johnny Fall has 1, so okay. He might still do it. We're only halfway through.
I just want to say that if I would have known that Adam Taylor was running a full season, he would have swept my board.
Yeah, especially the way he came in from at Joliet at the end of last year. Yeah, first time at a half mile and just oof. Most feature wins, only 2 drivers were said. That was Cuxhouse and Radart. Brad, Beth, and myself had Tyler Cuxhouse, and Michael had Zach Radart. Now, Zach Radart has 1 feature, but right now, Adam Taylor and Chris Klemko are tied with 2.
Wait, you forgot to say how many feature wins you guys have.
Oh, yes. Sorry. And we have none.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, okay. You just wanted to rub that in. Okay.
Well,
okay.
basically, Beth's ears all perked up when she found out she had the most fast times. I was like, yeah, that's plummet fast.
Okay. Yep. Most past cars, there were 3 drivers said. We'll start off with Brad said DC. Again, another one I couldn't spoil, but I'm like, yeah, okay. Beth said Tom Eller, which Tom Eller currently has.
Just stop. No, stop right here.
11.
Oh,
Hey, it's got 11 cars. He's passed.
okay, that's not bad.
DNFs
I
don't
thought we
count.
would have had like 0.
Yeah.
DNFs
way
don't
more than Michael and I picked, because we picked First Seth, and First Seth has 1 race and a DNF, so he's at 0.
Wow.
Thanks, Tristan.
Oh,
Now I know how it feels. Most top 5s. Oh, Michael was feeling spicy because he's got a 2-parter in here. And we would have had all different ones if Michael didn't do a 2-parter. I had Bryce Andrews, who is out for concussion, so he's missed a few races, but he's got 4. 2. There it is, 2. Brad had DC, sucks to suck, and and the shock. Beth picking Zach Radar only has 1 top 5, and that's when he won. And Michael did his 2-parter with a tie between Radart and Klemko. And Klemko's going to have to slow down because he's got 3 so that Zach can catch up, and then they both need to go. So
That's doable.
Zach just needs to fix his motor, and then he'll be up there.
Seriously. Most lost spots of the anchor. I had Hafford. Michael had Davidson. Brad had Hafford. And Beth had Davidson. So let's see how well those aged. Hafford is at -9. And Josh Davidson is -4. So Josh Davidson's at the front of the because there's a couple people that have -1, couple people have -2, and he's at -4. So he's running up front. And Alan is towards the bottom, but not quite. The anchor award, if it were to go out right now, would go to Greg Alt at -17. Championship gap. Here we go. This is the good one. Gosh, Michael's gonna hate this. Championship gap. I put 7. Michael had 9. Brad had 20, and Beth had 49. Beth, do you know what the championship gap is right now?
I feel like it's like somewhere in the 40s.
48. Tyler Coxhouse in third is 49 points. Oh my goodness. And then we had some bold predictions here. Eller wins at Wilmot.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Okay.
Eller misses a main 1 time, and 2 feature wins for DC. Don't know who said that one, but that's definitely wrong. And our championship picks, again, only 2 drivers were said: Zachy Poo and Cuxhouse. And Brad had Cuxhouse, and the 3 of us had Zachy Poo. Where is Zachy Poo? He is
Not a member.
Not a member and running 3rd in non-members. And Adam Taylor is leading the non-members, so I don't even think we can try to work that into our favor. I don't think so. All right, so that's just a refresher there. Now let's get into the mid-season stuff. So let's start off with good or bad surprises, whichever one you guys want to do. I have a few of both. We will start with Michael.
I have 2. They're both good.
Okay.
My first one is obviously Adam Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
It was a surprise that he came to race full time, and it's really a surprise how he's running.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew that the dude was good. Like I followed him a little bit in the midgets, but he started getting overshadowed by Parker Jones. But I did not think that he was gonna just come lay some whoop ass on everybody anywhere. My other good surprise is Chris Klemko. He won the championship last year without winning a feature, and he won 2 straight to start the season. So shout out to him.
Yep. Mine is I'll do the good one first, and then we'll do Beth, and I'll go back to my bad one. My first one is Adam Taylor. Ominent. Play on words there. Chris Klemko, the only other driver to win twice at Wilmot, and of course that's tied with Adam Taylor. And then the other one I got is Seth Johnson is 5th in points, in Wilmot points.
I didn't know he was a member.
Yeah, he's a member. And you look around, like the drivers that are in front of him, there's really only one driver where I could be like, if Seth was on his game and the other driver was not, he could actually pick him off. Alan Hafford. I think Alan Hafford's right in front of him. I think he could potentially pick him off. Probably not. Needs some stuff to go the right way. But then the people behind him, Greg Alt, Josh Davidson, Rusty Egan, even though he was banned, so he's down a night there. Sean Swim and Mitchell Reich. So I think Seth is doing everything that he can. So yeah, and he's right now the all-time leader for most cars passed at Wilmot. Beth, what are your good or bad surprises?
hold on.
Okay, we're hanging on. We're hanging.
Okay. Good. Okay, so I have 3.
Okay, let's go.
What's really impressed me is Ralphie. He's been doing really good this year, and I just want to also mention his car design. I love it. I'm sorry. I love it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Um,
over there?
no.
No. The way you said, "Oh my gosh," you're like,
I got hair in my mouth. I'm like, oh no.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Lime.
Uh, okay. Seth Johnson has had really good results compared to last year, and he should have won that night. The 28th. That was his race to win.
Okay. Yeah, because I came up and talked to him on Tuesday. I looked for video on for Saturday night, and there's nothing up on YouTube. And I came over to him, and I was like, you know what? And he's like, I know that was my race to win. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna say because you started second and dropped back to third. Now I couldn't put you up for my little post because you went down a spot. You went backward one night. He's like, I'd rather take the third. I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured. So my bad ones are really quickly, and I'm pretty sure I could get both of you to agree with me on this one.
Oh no.
Radar. Kind
Shocking.
of a bad, not bad, but yeah, shocking. A very shocking start. One win, only 3 top 10s of 6. That's the shocking part right there. The other one I feel is less. Like maybe if we did this like 2 weeks ago, it would have been a higher up, but Cuck's house. Shocking, but he's right there now. It's one of those things where he just has to have a little bit of luck. No wins yet, but the only driver to have 10 top 10s out of 10 events with the Wisconsin Wingless. He's the only driver to have all top 10 finishes. So kind of a good one that's transitioning, or a bad one transitioning. And then just real briefly, just the car count feels weird the last couple weeks. Shocking. 25, 26, 26, 24, 19, 18. That's at Wilmot. And then traveling is 25, 26, 26, 26, 24, 24, 18, 20, 19, 18.
Okay. Let me just say something. We've lost a bunch of our full-time guys because they ran into crashes and they still have to get their car back together and everything. So I think our car count is going to go back up as soon as this weekend, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm glad you also brought that up because there's only 7 full-timers at the IRA that has made every feature and only 10 at Wilmot. So it's both dropping. Because I remember, 2020 to like 2022, I'll say is like the golden age of like the Wisconsin Wingless. Like that was 40 cars showing up, or 36, 38, whatever, pushing 40 every night. And you had your like top 8 guys always making the feature, but always that 9th and 10th in points was like that one that they might miss the setup in the heat race and get shuffled back in the B main. So I like the golden age. I'm just a little shocked about that. And rookies for the Wisconsin Wingless at Wilmot, Miles Dougherty and Jordan Mickless. Because
Adam Taylor.
And Adam Taylor. Well, we can't count. Yeah. You know what? Let me write that down because that is true. He is so good. I forgot to put him in there.
He's not a rookie,
dude.
Yeah, except he is.
Dude,
he's not
could you imagine being a driver, super young, right? Just coming out of midgets, and your dad's like, okay, we're going to get this experienced guy to help you progress, right? And then he goes out and wins the championship your rookie year when he's a rookie. Either way, Dougherty's going to get a rookie of the year, just depending on which driver. And who do you think is going to win the rookie of the year? I mean, I think we already know it.
Yeah. Same guy that's going to win the championship.
Just enough.
I don't understand why you get so cringy about it. He's
not a rookie. He's not a rookie.
Okay, so when
We're-
Tom's first year in a wingless car, was he not a rookie?
I don't know. I was an infant.
Would you say that Tom's first year in a wingless car, was he a rookie?
No, because he raced lightning sprints before that.
Okay, but that's a smaller, lower class.
I don't know. Just next topic.
The only way for Beth to give Rookie of the Year is if frickin'
If I'm on my deathbed.
she like Beth jumps in a sprint car, then she's a rookie. That's how you get Rookie of the Year.
Right, it has to be somebody who's never raced anything before, and they just hop in a wingless sprint car.
I do get what she's saying though. Like it's weird to give Adam Taylor Rookie of the Year.
Like he's
with
won
all
like,
his
and stuff and all that jazz.
Yeah, but again, that's kind of weird that he's a rookie.
I don't know.
And, right,
He's a rookie. Adam Taylor is a rookie in the Wisconsin Wingless Series.
and at the IRA banquet, I better see you go up and congratulate him on his Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Hey, Beth, we got to make a bet with something at some point of the year where if you lose a bet or something, we got to be like, you have to go up to Adam Taylor and say congrats on your Rookie of the Year, or like you have to go to a Bandit driver and be like, you guys are the best race ever. Yeah.
You're gonna have to drag over there.
Are there any one standout race for the wingless this year at Wilmot? The only one that comes to mind is Zachy Poo's dominant race on May 30th.
I agree. That's the only really standout one I can think of.
Yeah.
The 28th of June stood out, and then opening night was pretty cool.
Yeah, opening night was a good one too. Yeah. Yep. All right, cool. Awesome. All right, now let's get into the winged 604s. All right, here we go. All right.
I feel like Beth has a case of like the Jimmy Johnsons with Adam Taylor. He's so good that she has to hate him.
I don't hate him. He's actually a really nice person. I've talked with him before. I don't know. It just bugs me hearing that he's a rookie. He's a rookie. Because, like, fine, he is a rookie, okay? If you actually put it in the eyes of like, oh yeah, he's never raced in the series before, so therefore he's a rookie in our series. He's not a rookie when it comes to all around racing.
Is Colin Civi a rookie?
Let's go one step better. If CJ runs full time with the World of Outlaws next year, is he a rookie?
He would be a rookie for the Outlaws. I don't know.
But he's got experience.
Stop.
And he's won in a bunch of other cars too.
And
So
championships.
both arguments
Yeah.
just got proved wrong.
I'm done. There's something
Oh,
about saying Adam Taylor's a rookie, okay?
okay.
Everyone else in the world can be a rookie. Adam Taylor, I don't know. It's pushing it.
All
He's
right,
just
so
good to be a rookie.
we have to Austin Powers it with Dr. Evil with the freaking laser. So now we got to be like Adam Taylor, Rookie of the Year with air quotes.
I'll hold up a pink poster board sign that says Adam Taylor's my favorite rookie of the year.
Do it. I'll see you this weekend.
Dude,
Yeah.
that'd be trick. All right. So a refresher on the winged 604s from our predictions at the beginning of the year. Most fast times, we went crazy. We have 4 different names. I got Greg Olson. Michael backed his boy CJ. Brad, Tommy Sexton, which of course it was unsure if he was coming back or not. And Beth did BK. Most fast times currently go to Nick Petska with 2. Most heat race wins. I said BK. Yeah, Nick Petska is kind of quick.
No, isn't this 604?
Yeah, 604 winged. He's shown up 3 nights and went fast time 2 nights.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Most heat race wins. I said BK. Michael went with Maddie V. Brad went with CJ, and Beth went Ian Steer.
So,
And-
like anything I pick Maddie for, that just automatically translates into Nathan, right?
Yeah, I'll count that. Yeah,
No.
I'll count that. Hey, it's my brother. All right, most heat race wins here. Tied BK and CJ. So wow, okay, me and Brad, there we go, are tied with that. Iron Steer has one, and Maddie V, aka Nate, has one. So all right, we're all right there. Most feature wins. I gotta clarify this now because there's two steers. I always thought the younger steer was going to be in lightning sprints. Iron Steer for most feature wins. Michael said CJ, Brad said CJ, and Beth said BK. And right now, Greg Olson's leading that with 2. BK has 1. Nathan Crane has 1, and CJ Malik has 1. So right now, Michael's the closest to winning, and Beth. Come on, Ian. Don't fail me now. Most past cars, I put Maddie V, so that's going to transfer to Nathan. Michael, this one aged really well. Hafford, Brad had BK. Brad had BK, and Beth had Ellie Hensley. And your most past cars right now is CJ Malik, which no one had. No, I guess over the winter we forgot that he draws really bad.
Yeah, right.
But he's at plus 13. Beth is the closest with Ellie Hensley with 12. And then BK is third with 11. And then Hafford is 0. So there we go. Most top 5s. I said Greg Olson. Michael said Iron Steer. Brad said BK. And Beth said CJ. So most top 5s is CJ. And tied with Chris, both with 4. And BK missed a night. He's got 2. And Olson missed a night, and he has 2. So miss a night, you have 2 top 5s. Mine, wow, a lot of this aged well. The Anchor, most lost spots. I put Eitzer, not out there. Michael went with Alt, not out there. Beth went with minus 38. You're close. Minus 11 is what it's at right now.
I'm blaming it on my brother.
Brad went minus 38, and Beth said Tom Brown. So if you take Tom Brown's 2 drivers combined,
Sounds about right.
They're at minus 1. So combined,
I think it's fair to translate Tom Brown into you and Tim Cox.
Tim Cox, okay.
We got Nathan for Maddie.
Yeah,
and she's not going to win that one anyways because Brad's going to win it with minus 38. So,
oh man, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, and combined, Tom and I have plus 6, so we're hardly moving. Championship gap here with the Wing 604s. Get this ready over here. Yeesh. I said 11. Michael said 37. Brad said 7, and Beth said 13. Any guess who's the closest?
Michael is.
Michael. And you could almost double it. And that's what the championship gap is. Michael said 37. It's at 69 right now. Looking at it, I'm pretty sure it's going to be... I think it's still going to be around 70 points, but I think Nathan's going to be second. I think that's how that's going to trans. I think Nate's going to get Klemko here in the next couple of races.
I agree.
Champion, I went with Iron Steer. Michael and Brad went with CJ, and Beth went with Iron Steer. Iron Steer is 5th in points, 122 points out of both Michael and Brad's prediction of CJ Malik. So this is gonna get spicy, especially when just when we calculate all these down from all the classes, it's gonna be pretty tight.
I think you and Brad will be pretty close. Yeah.
Shut up.
Beth will be gone. She'll be like 10 points ahead of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, with her predictions of not naming names and just going, oh yeah, minus 42 plus 10, and she's gonna somehow get them, and we're like, what?
It's a secret, okay? I know what I'm doing. Numbers always work.
You got us right where you want us, right? Okay.
Okay.
All right, Beth, we're gonna start with you. Any good surprises in the Wing 604s?
Let me load my notes app.
Should have been ready. You knew it was coming to you.
No, I didn't. usually have favoritism for Michael, and you're like, Michael, it's your turn.
Is that how I sound? Ew.
Yeah.
I think he's just used to me being first.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna be a good person and not respond. So
Well,
whatever.
please respond to me.
Nice
Please
to-
respond to my question, please.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Nathan Crane. First, I'm pretty sure it's his first time in a wing car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's really impressed me for being in the wing car for his first time.
Is he considered a rookie? No, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. Go on. Keep going.
He's raced sprint cars before, so he's not. I'm done.
All right. Go on. Sorry to rain on Nathan's parade. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
That's it.
First. That's it. Okay. Mike, what do you got for good or bad surprise?
Good surprise here. I got Jordan Paulson.
Ooh.
He's put together a few really good nights. I think he would have had another really good one on the 28th had he not spun all on his own.
Yeah.
I think he would have had another top 5 to dock up. And realistically, him spinning, nothing against Nathan, even though he won. But if he didn't spin, he would have stayed ahead of Nathan in points. I think it was inevitable that Nathan was going to catch and pass him.
Yeah.
But at least for one more night, he would have stayed in front of him.
Yeah.
And then I also have this same driver. I have a good surprise and a bad surprise. It's Greg Olson. We talked about it. Nobody expected him to go out and win the first 2 of the year. And then without getting into it, I think we know what the bad surprise is.
Yeah. But enlighten us. No, I'm kidding. The band, his little vacation from the track. I got a few good, few bad. So I'll just run through them real quick. My first one is tied with Wingless with the number of different winners. They each have 4 different winners in the class. I was not expecting that. I was expecting the Wingless to be more of kind of like how it's been in the last few years, where it's extremely hard to get 2 wins or a driver to get 2 wins. And now you got 2 drivers with 2 wins. Olson's opening nights, the first 2 nights, his speed was just wicked fast. And then obviously, yeah, tacky track. And then Nathan Crane winning a feature, first time in 5 years, almost 5 years to the day, almost. Jeez. So those are my good. Bad. Racing a little strung out. I mean, I guess that's more just what you kind of get from the wing stuff, especially when you get up to higher speeds. It's a little harder to kind of have 3-4 wide racing a lot. And the other one, Iron Steer and his fixation on smacking turn 3. It's just, you can't write it. Oh, man. I think I just want to write in a spray can, Ian was here, and then just have like the tick marks every time he hits it. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I just realized something.
Hmm.
We never did ones to watch in the Wingless.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it's right here. Okay. Who to watch in the Wingless, Michael? Thank you.
Mine was Rusty Egan.
Ooh.
I
solid.
picked him as one of my ones to win a battle against Adam Taylor. I think he's gonna come out full of piss and vinegar now.
Oh yeah. Got something to prove.
Yeah, I mean, the dude can run the cushion. That is for sure. And there's gonna be a big one this weekend.
Yes. Both nights, back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could potentially go from not having a feature win this year to tying Adam Taylor and Chris Klemko.
I agree.
In a weekend. Beth, who's your one to watch in the Wingless? Sorry, I skipped over it.
What if I have 2?
You can say 2.
Okay, so first one, Tom Miller. We figured out these issues, and I think we're gonna make up for
Okay.
a couple of races, or at least I hope so.
Top 10?
We'll try.
I mean, yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Okay.
Bryce Andrews. I think his time is coming, and I think he's gonna win soon.
Well, he was up at Putnamville, right?
We pit next time.
Nice.
It's like we're at Wilmot.
Oh yeah, just like the good old days.
Oh,
Yeah, Bryce is a good one coming back off of his head injury from um, Miles Dotery not lifting when he got stuck in on his left rear, which can't blame him because if you don't stop, it's not your caution. You got cars spinning, you stand on it, and it kind of came in and hit him. But glad he's all right. He's back racing now. That's a good one. Mine is Tyler Cuxhouse. He can only finish second so many times before that comes. And I think it's going to be like last year where it just took forever for him to get it. And then once he got it, it was just win or second, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be one to watch. Thank you for bringing that because I missed it because it was jumbled in my notes. One to watch in the wing cars. We'll do with Michael because I have favoritism.
I have two, and I have favoritism on both sides.
Oh,
I have CJ Malig and I have Nathan Crane.
oh,
I think, I think it's going to be interesting to watch CJ how he conducts himself these last 5 races, knowing you have a pretty big points gap. You know, do you still push to pick up those spots that you did earlier in the year, or do you be conservative? I think the goal obviously is always to get that gap as big as physically possible. But at the same time, one bad night and we're right back to square one.
yeah.
And I have Nathan Crane on there because, I mean, up until this last weekend, he was, I think, 8th in points, and he skyrocketed through the field with 2 really good runs. He's got that thing working. No offense to Nathan, I don't think he's going to catch CJ, but I think he will get Chris, and I think he can keep it within a gap that keeps CJ on his toes.
Yeah, because right now Nathan's 26 behind Chris. That if that was a gap first, second, third, it's very not with CJ. It could be doable, but not with CJ leading it. Because like what you were saying, like I know you're the enemy here because you know CJ and Nathan, but like if I was CJ, I guess I would do the first night just like normal. Like we're behind the 8 ball, let's just run it. Because like if you have a bad night right now and you still like make the feature and stuff, like it's gonna come down, but it's not gonna be like, oh, if I have another horrible night, you know. So maybe try like the first night, second night coming up to like try to gap it more. But after that, like I said last week, all CJ has to do is, well, Chris or Nathan, I think it was Chris at 69 points. Chris has to gain 13 points on CJ and night. Nathan has to do obviously more than that. So
ultimately, the way I look at it, and we don't talk points with CJ much. We let him just go drive, especially on race night. Last year we made that mistake, and we got very caught up in kind of letting him know where we stood in points. Like through the night, like when it was getting down to the last couple of weeks, and there was one night we started 10th because we still did 10 car inverts last year. Surprise, we started 10th, and he had driven up. He had just passed for second, and Tommy was in front of him, Sexton, and he knew that if he go get Tommy, that's 5 points. If he runs first, Tommy runs second, that's 5 points that you gain on him. And we were like 17 behind coming into the night, and we had already gained on him. We out-qualified him, we outperformed him in the heat race, so we had already gained like 7 or 8 points on him. So we were going to be sitting, within 12-ish. And CJ got to second. He started driving the thing really hard, and next thing you know, we were spun out over the berm in turn 1. And it's like, all right, let's not talk points and stuff like that. Exactly.
It's like, as a driver, I just like to know, like, hey, just be around Sexton.
Right.
Okay. So if I know I clear Sexton, don't go anything super dumb because I need to be around him. Versus like yeah, you need to get this because then you get 5 points, you get 7 points, we're up 10 points or this or because then you start getting all that lost in your head and you're like, are we clear or are we not clear?
Yeah.
And then you
so
start, yeah.
for us, it's like it's not comfortable until the gap to second place going into championship night's 100 points, because then all you have to do is make a lap in qualifying, and that guy in second has to have a perfect night. He has quick time, 4th to 1st in the heat, 8th to 1st in the feature to be able to tie you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so it's like
make them do the work.
Exactly. Until we go into championship night and we have 100 points a second, there's no being comfortable.
Yeah. And I mean, even I know we're off on a little tangent here, but like even if like CJ were to, let's say, have 98 points and he has a bad night on the last night and someone actually does that, it's kind of like, yeah, but he wasn't really in it. Like, yeah, we'll take the championship, but it doesn't feel like you're super earned because like you two went toe to toe all year and he gapped you,
right?
You know, so yeah. My one to watch said Nathan Crane. Frickin' if he didn't jump the cushion and show BK the fast line, he probably would have won Tuesday night too and went back to back and made me look like a fool because I didn't bet on my brother because I was like, I don't think he can go back to back, and he almost did. Beth, who is your one to watch?
Ellie Hensley.
Ellie Hensley.
Yeah, I think she's gonna do good. She's been doing good, so
yeah.
She has really stepped her game up lately.
Mm-hmm.
She's been driving more aggressive, which I think was what was lacking. Like now she charges a corner harder, like how you're supposed to drive a sprint car.
Right.
Yeah. Rookies, we got Nathan Crane, Cruiser, Ethan Steer, Decker, Erke. Top performing rookie so far.
I mean, unless there's a major hiccup, I think we know who's probably going to end up with that. The only one within striking distance is Blake. He's 41 back.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
51 back. But
yeah, he's not. Yeah, it's obviously still too early. I think Blake Cruiser is kind of like, if I had to pick a dark horse of like, not a random winner like all the guys wreck and he just is gonna, but like, I think if he starts on the front row in a feature and just can get to turn 1 and just run his race, and it goes like, let's just say flag to flag or something, I think he could pick up a feature win this year.
I agree. You could put him starting the second row. I don't think you're going to see him win a race. And I love Blake. You know, Blake and I are good friends. We've been good friends for a while, but he's just not comfortable around other cars to make the moves that you have to make to pass for the lead.
Yeah. I
mean, give him the rest of this year and, let him get more comfortable in the car, and he's probably going to come out swinging next year. Honestly, I think if we were to do a predictions episode right now for 2026, I would say, and I had to make a prediction, I'd say that he contends for the championship.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All righty. So those are our mid-season predictions for the Wingless N604s. We're going to take a quick ad break, and on the other side, we're going to be talking about Wilmot Racing with the World of Outlaws this weekend, making our bets, and then the new game.
When the shop nights get long after a great result, or even a tough night at the track, or even like right now during this episode, nothing hits the spot like a cold Sprecher root beer. But it doesn't stop there. Sprecher's lineup goes way beyond the classic. My personal favorites are the Door County Cherry Soda and the Honeycrisp Apple Soda. And there's still more amazing flavors I haven't even tried yet. Sprecher's Root Beer has been crafting award-winning soda and beer since 1985, right here in Glendale, Wisconsin. Stop in for a brewery tour, sample the goods, experience the local flavors. And don't forget, November 17th, we're back in the Sprecher Tap Room for our second annual Benchies Award Night. It's a perfect excuse to check them out. Now that this ad is wrapping up, I have cracked open another Sprecher soda, and I'm ready to talk more racing with you.
Welcome back to the Bench Racing Podcast. This weekend at Wilmot Raceway, if you go to their website and you're like, I can't go, or My Race Pass, and you can't find your tickets to buy online, you actually have to go to Wilmot Raceway, go to the date 7/11, 7/12, click on the link, and then there's an SLS link where to go buy your tickets. And they are a juicy penny this weekend because you got the World of Outlaws on Friday and Saturday. You also have the Wisconsin Wingless running Friday and Saturday. It's pretty pricey, but it's going to be a great show. It's definitely worth your money. The adult pit combo is $52, which that is reserved seat and pit pass. The child combo is $28, which is 0 to 12, and that's reserved seat and pit pass. And then if you just want to go get a ticket in the grandstand for reserved seating, it's $49 for adult, and kids is 0 to 12, $25. If they have any tickets left the day of, the prices are still the same, $49 for adults and $25 for kids, and pit passes are $50 with children 12 and under 35. And anyone under the age of 18 must have a parent, father or mother, or legal guardian complete the release form at the pit gate. Because I know World of Outlaw Weekends brings a lot more fans out, newer fans. So just make sure that you have all that squared away. Times are the same for both Friday and Saturday. Pits open at 2, grandstands 4 p.m., hot laps at 6:30, and racing at 7:30. And again, just a reminder, the grandstands are reserved seating, so just don't show up and just sit down in the seat because you're probably going to be asked to move. So that's what's going on this weekend at Wilmot. And now we're going to make our bets on the Wisconsin Wingless on Friday, Saturday. So what we're going to do is a little different to help Beth try to maybe get back up in here with Michael and I, up front here, just ripping the bets at 3 each.
We're gonna spin it eventually.
Yeah, we'll probably take each other out somehow. We'll wheel hop each other going into 3 with our bets. So we're going to be making our bets for Friday and Saturday. We can pick 2 different drivers, but if we pick the same driver for both nights, they have to finish the best out of all the drivers. And if that happens, we get double the points, which means we get 4 points instead of 2 points. But if you go with 2 different drivers, you get a point each night. I had the worst last week by picking Jordan Paulson. Thanks for spinning out, bud. Really appreciate that. Not that I was going to win anyways, because freaking Beth had Nathan, and he looked like he was going to win, and then Michael had CJ, who ended up finishing 3rd, the best out of us. So, yeah. All right, so I'm going to double down, and I'm going to do it. I got to beat Michael. I'm going Adam Taylor.
What the fuck?
I'm going Adam Taylor. I'm sorry.
No.
I almost went Bryce.
Shut up.
But I didn't. Beth, you go second. Who do you have?
I don't know if he's racing, so I'm saying Eric Wilkie. But what if he's not racing?
Autumn.
has
Sorry,
Wilkie.
I forgot. Autumn last week picked as a guest Eric Wilkie, and she doubled down.
Damn it, I forgot. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. Tyler Cook's house.
Ooh, that is a good one. Doubling down?
Mhm.
Okay. And Michael.
See, you guys forgot a really key part of what weekend it is. Death, taxes, Zach Radart on a World of Outlaws night.
Oh, Zachy Poo.
When's the last time he didn't win a World of Outlaws night at Wilmot?
Oh man, didn't he even win one in Dodd's car, Daryl Dodd's car?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, the one that he wins in Daryl Dodd's car. Yeah, he is okay. So doubling down on Zachy Poo.
Zach Radart eats, bleeds, sleeps. Dirt Vision TV time.
Oh man, Yeah, and then if he does that, if he wins both nights, then he just goes up to winning the most features like that too. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. All right, so we all doubled down. I went with Adam Taylor. Michael went with Zach Rader. Beth went with Tyler Cuxhouse, and Autumn, last week's guest, went with Eric Wilkie. I mean, Wilkie's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. But we'll see here. Okay. Let's see. I did everything. Yeah, there was no results from last weekend like I did last week where I actually forgot to do the results. So that was fun. All right. Now we are going into the game here. Plus, minus, new game, new concept. We'll see if it sticks or not. So Michael and Beth will choose what class they want one at a time. I will get 5 names. Michael and Beth will have to tell me if they pass more cars than lost spots by saying plus, or tell me minus if they think they lost more spots than passed. And of course, this is in the features. Reminder, when calculating the driver's spots lost or gained, I do not count DNFs as spots lost. So if a driver pulls off classified as DNF, it does not count. So for example, if Michael passed 10 cars in the features and lost 4 spots in the features, he is plus 6. And if Beth went plus 4 in the feature, but minus 10 in the feature, she is minus 6. I'm not foreshadowing at all, Beth. You got this, girl. Okay. And for the game, they don't have to tell me how many spots they're up or down. They just got to tell me plus or minus. So we're going to start off with Beth here. What class do you want? Wingless, Wing 604, Street Stocks, Modifieds, Bandits, Lightning Sprints.
Lightning sprints.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Beth's taking lightning sprints. All right. Try not to take forever. Just blurt it out, plus or minus. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Chad Stouthammer.
Plus.
Tucker Richards.
Minus.
Jordan Funderburk.
Plus. Damn it! No.
Tim Branham. You said it.
I feel like minus.
And Nick Petska.
Minus.
All
Just stop
right.
shaking your head. Keep your head still for once. Just.
Beth, you got 2 right. Chad Stouthammer is plus, and Tim Branham is minus. Chad Stouthammer's plus 2. Tim Branham is minus 4. Tucker Richards is plus 8. He is 8-0. Has not lost spots.
Is there
Jordan-
bonus points for sweeping? Did I hear you say that?
No.
Oh.
Stop.
I couldn't remember if I heard you say that because I would have swept that one.
Yeah, let's say if you can sweep it. If you sweep all of them. There, no. If you sweep it, I'll give you an extra point. Jordan Funderburk, minus. He's minus 4. You said plus. And then Nick Petska is plus. He's plus 2 right now. So Beth with 2. Michael, what class would you like?
Wing 604.
Winged 604. All righty. Ellie Hensley.
Plus.
Dan Wade.
Minus.
Chris Klumpko.
Plus.
Brian Christan.
Plus.
Ian Steer.
DNFs don't count.
DNFs do not count.
Oh, that one's hard. I'm gonna say minus.
All right. You did not sweep it.
Guess was it Ion?
Guess no.
Which
It was
one? Did I get
Dan
wrong?
Wade. Dan Wade.
Really?
Yep. Ellie Hensley. Plus 12 minus 1, so she's plus 11. Dan Wade plus 7 minus 5, so he's plus 2, barely plus. Chris Klumpko is plus 4. Brian Christan plus 11, and of course he has not fallen back at all this year. And Ian Steer is actually minus 11. He has not gained a spot yet in the future. Ian was the one where I'm like, that might actually trip someone up because of the DNF, his random DNFs throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Beth. Wingless, Street Stocks, Modifieds,
Wingless.
Bandits. Wingless. Okay. Miles Dotery.
Plus.
Alan Hafford.
Minus.
Zachy Poo.
DNFs don't count. Plus.
Seth
Stop
Johnson.
in your head.
Seth
Enough.
Johnson. Seth Johnson.
No, plus.
Okay, yeah, I was like, not that guy. And Rusty Egan.
Minus.
Beth picking up another 2 points there. Miles Dotery is plus 11. Alan Hafford plus 1. Barely. He's plus 10, minus 9. Zachy Poo is actually minus. He's minus 7 right now.
No.
Seth, it's because he's starting on the front row a lot. And he drops back like 1 spot or 2 spots, and then when he wins, he only goes plus 1 or 2. Seth Johnson, obviously plus with 33 passed cars and only 1 spot lost. And Rusty Egan is plus. He's plus 3 right now.
I don't know why I said minus for Seth. I don't know. Man,
It's all good.
I'm
Michael's
tired.
getting in your head.
He is. He needs to stop shaking his head.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
I'm not here to lose these games.
Yeah. Yeah, this is real life. Michael.
Street stocks.
Street stocks. Okay. Nick Metchnik.
Minus.
Rob Olson.
Plus.
Terry Hilgendorf.
Minus.
Brandon Murtis.
Plus.
And Caleb Castillo.
Minus. That's a sweep.
No.
What?
Caleb stuffed you. Caleb stuffed you. His DNFs don't count.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So another 4.
I feel like you put him in there because you knew I was going to pick street stocks.
I just put him in there because I was like, it's going to throw someone off, whoever picks it. A lot of these, honestly, I was just looking at the stats, not the drivers' names. I was just seeing where the big. Yeah. So yes, Nick Metchnik, minus 4, Rob Olson plus 17, Terry Hilgendorf, barely minus. He's minus 1, Brandon Murtis plus 15, and Caleb Castillo plus 5. All right, Beth, you need to sweep this. So we already know she's going to pick bandits, right?
Actually, I was going to pick bandits.
Or modifieds. Those are your 2 options.
Bandits.
Okay. All right, there we go. Ready. Carrie Wilms.
Minus.
Austin Orth.
Plus.
Christopher Walters.
Minus.
Daniel Marshall Jr.
Minus.
Patrick Riley.
Plus.
I think she might have did it.
You were 1 away from sweeping.
Fuck.
So we're tied right now, right?
Daniel Marshall Jr. You said minus, he's actually plus. So right now it's 8-8. Michael has 1 more to go, but Carrie Wilms minus 27, Austin Orth plus 12, Christopher Walters minus 4, Daniel Marshall Jr. plus 2, and Patrick Riley plus 4. Modifieds or modifieds, Michael?
Yeah, probably modifieds.
Modifieds, yeah, good show. Good one. All right. Joe Huenfeld.
I really want to be wrong up until the last one so I can walk it off.
Yeah.
Minus.
Bart Sievert.
That's a hard one. Plus.
Scott Crowbridge.
Minus.
Scott Crowbridge.
Minus.
Yep. Okay.
Or I mean plus.
Plus. Andrew Hamburg.
Minus.
Dustin Jackson.
Oh, you gave me a hard one for the one that I'm trying to walk it off on. But that one's minus.
That one's minus.
He starts on the front row.
Well, it wasn't by one you won. It was by two.
What was the other one?
Bart Sievert. Yeah, so obviously, I mean, you probably would have swept that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Humenfeld plus 12, Bart Sievert plus 6, Scott Colbridge minus 6, Andrew Hamburg plus 6, and Dustin Jackson minus 16. So 10-8. Man, I guess I really should have had Beth start because it always seems like when she's the first one to pick, she does better. I'm sorry.
She did start.
Sorry. When she goes second. Yeah. Blah. Long night. So, oh man. All right. Well, that has been this episode. It's been a lot of fun. Can't wait to see how the rest of the season goes for all the Wilmot classes. And yeah, so unfortunately, I won't be there this weekend at Wilmot Raceway. We're going camping, but definitely stop by and say hi to Michael.
So stupid.
What?
The Outlaws are in town and you're going camping.
All right. So there's this thing called Happy Wife, Happy Life. And every summer I give Ashley one weekend.
Oh my God.
Race.
She picks this one weekend.
It's because there's a music festival and she wants to go camping, Life Fest. And it's actually at an old racetrack. So yeah, maybe support your local track so it doesn't turn into a music venue. Right? So head up to Wilmot.
That's what you should be doing this weekend. Supporting your local track.
I support my local track by hosting a podcast, by going when I'm not racing,
by watching all classes,
and actually supporting and beefing up the other classes.
I support.
Like, just because the wings don't tickle my fancy, I'm not going to go and be like, oh, they go straight. They go highway speed.
Shut up.
So yeah, but definitely stop by, say hi to Beth, tell her why the Bandits are amazing. She'll love to hear that. And shout out to CJ, put it in the show. Let's burn down wherever you live now. Genoa City. There it is. And yeah, dude, I will be absolutely I would feel like garbage if CJ puts it in the top 10. And Friday night or Saturday night, and I'm not there, I will feel like garbage.
I would feel like garbage the next morning.
I don't even think you guys would sleep. So yeah,
I mean, we're getting crunk if we put in the show both nights. I can only imagine if like we went forward or we ran top 10 or something. It's gonna be a bad deal.
Yeah. Oh man. Yep. So support all the local drivers that are going up against the World of Outlaw teams, and it's just great, especially when one of them wins or runs extremely well. A great time. So yeah. So that's it for this episode of the Bench Racing Podcast. We thank you for spending your time with us and look forward to talking more racing with you next week. Until then, peace out, Girl Scout.
Peace.
Are we gonna play the waiting game?
Yeah, we're gonna. Bye-bye. I hate this.
It's the ultimate ride. It's the all night.